In conclusion, my cancer research career was daunting. It's a daunting task for scientists, but it's also very, very rewarding. And as we mentioned at the start, it's not a single disease. It is over 200 diseases, all characterized by those hallmarks that was defined by Robert Weinberg and Douglas Hanahan in 2000. And so, cancer research, I was focused on molecular kind of biology, a molecular pharmacology of cancer, kind of, using the drugs, understanding drugs, and finding the mechanisms of drugs. But there's different areas of research that you can pursue in cancer. So you have the drug discovery phase, you have genetics as well. So if you can imagine, yung mga mutations, to study these mutations in a large population of patients is another field, genomics of cancer. So that's a big field. Medicinal chemistry, I mean, this is very important because as a biologist, we just understand the mechanisms, but we need the chemists to actually formulate the drug. I don't know how to synthesize a molecule or things like that. I know the biology, but I don't know how to create a drug. So you need the medicinal chemists. Again, as I said, resistance mechanism is another big field in cancer research because, as you know, breast cancer, lung cancer, any type of cancer will develop a mechanism of a resistance. Another gap, as we touched upon, is the 3D modeling. So again, this is a huge area in cancer research. I just touched upon 2 methods that we've been trying to optimize in the lab, but there's other kind of things as well. So yeah, moving away from the 2D, the flat Petri dish type of culture, which, it's very plastic. It doesn't fully represent the tumor in the body, more towards 3D that will hopefully reduce the failure rate of the clinical trials in the future. And this is a very new area, cancer evolution, very kind of genomics, lots of more away from a wet lab, but more kind of lots of computer data analysis kind of work. So again, this is very kind of summarized version, but there's other areas as well for cancer research. And as I mentioned earlier, it's very unsurprising. One single group will develop a drug and then make it to the clinic, because it's cancer research is collaborative. You have to collaborate with other research groups who have different expertise. I'm not a chemist. I'm just a biologist. I'm not a physicist. So lots of physics people also do a lot of the 3D modeling work, kind of algorithms to model cancer cells. We have to collaborate with physics people as well. What else? But yeah, so it's not just one research group, but it's a collaboration. You also have to collaborate not just with other academics, but also with pharmaceutical companies. So pharmaceutical companies will often fund the development of the drug, and they have the money to bring your idea, your little molecule that you've discovered into clinic. Because as I mentioned earlier, to take a drug from the discovery stage to the clinical stage, it takes billions and billions of dollars. So again, you cannot just do it alone. It needs to be collaborative. But progress is being made. This is a graph showing here the number of drugs approved in the last 5 years. So I think total of 64 oncology, so cancer drugs have launched globally in the past 5 years. So bringing a 20-year total of 161. So 161 drugs now are available for cancer. And this is because of all the research, all the preclinical scientists working, collaborating with different groups. And this is up by 75% actually since 2019. So this just highlights the breadth and what research can do in cancer to bring drugs to the market.